Hello everyone, welcome to Akladja Tarot. I am Akladja. Sorry about the shadow of my phone. I cannot help it if I'm doing recordings later in the day. Now, for my regular viewers, I just want to quickly say I am slowing down a bit with tarot readings. I no longer feel the need to do the 3 card reading all the time, so I've been doing this type of reading recently. I will do 3 card readings where I feel the need to, though. Now, for everyone else, both subscribers and non-subscribers, let's get into it. So the topic on mind was follow your ... So let's find out together what it is that you should follow, although the title is probably a major giveaway. So I start with runes, move on to oracles, and then end with tarot. So I've got 2 sets of rune cards. I have ones that just have words and ones with animals on it. So let's get your runes. Spirits, guides, gods. What rune or runes represents what the people drawn to this reading should follow? Daggers. And these 2 want to come out. Raido and Fehu. Okay. Make sure they're on screen. Just about. Sorry you can't really see my cards very well from on the screen with the camera quality I have, but I'll bring them up to the screen to show you. Okay. Are there any other runes from this deck? Or is it just these 3? I have a message. Just these 3. Okay. So that's Fehu. Daggers. And Raido. Nice and easy to find. Okay, so the animal card for Dagas is a butterfly. And Dagas says here on the card, day, awakening, consciousness, clarity, hope, balance, growth, and new cycles. Very exciting. And here on Fehu, we have a squirrel. And I did hear someone mention that there is a squirrel that protects the Yggdrasil, or climbs up and down the Yggdrasil, sorry, as a messenger. And Fehu, I know Fehu is all about wealth. Fehu's abundance, luck, hope, prosperity, wealth, and fortune. And Raido here is a whale. Whales represent travel through the ocean, both the physical oceans of the earth and of the planets, of course, but also the cosmic ocean. And they got little jellyfish here as well. And Raiho represents progress, movement, evolution, perspective, journey, and travel. Lovely, lovely, lovely start to your reading here. So what am I seeing this as? Focus on awakening to what brings you great fortune and progress. What is helping you to make this fortune? Is this progress? Okay, so focus on moving into more abundant times. I know that can be easier said than done, but we'll take more cards to see what that means. Okay, I will. I don't know why. Whenever I do these kids' readings, I have a habit of saying we. I mean me and the spirits, right? The spirits work for me through the decks with the cards that they have available for them to use, and then I can work on that, give you an idea of how I feel, and they can chime in too. So I'm moving into oracles, but I'm going to get you a pile leader from this tarot. This is the Modern Golf Tarot. I keep this nearby just in case I want to reference it. So before we move on, what tarot card just one tarot card to start with. We can clarify with other cards. What tarot card kind of represents this Dagaspehu Raido and what this group of people should be focusing on? Temperance. Yeah, change what isn't working into something that is. Take anything that's feeling negative in your life and transmute it into something positive. Do you see that she's pouring water from one cup into another? That's a typical temperance card imagery there. And the sun shining behind her. So water is emotion and the sun is fire. The sun is radiance and joy. So transform your emotions to benefit you. That would be it in a word. Mostly on the screen. I apologize for this setup. For some reason it's just not sitting right the way it normally does. But moving into Oracle. What should this group focus on? What should they transform? What would bring them progress and abundance? Give me as many cards as you need. I can always stack them up if I need to. Six. Whoa. That's as most as I usually pull from that deck. Six. So that's definitely going to need to stack up. So hope, grounding, duality, luck, cleansing, productivity. Sorry, there's 7 here. Energy. Did I say 7? I think I did. Okay, that is a lot of cards. Okay, they're not in the same order as I just had them, but it doesn't matter. Hope with 38 is 11. 11 is very divine. It's about union and duality. There is the duality card here with the bananas, which has the 9 here, almost a cycle completion. So maintain your hope is what I'm seeing. This might be a little bit of a rocky time, but keep hope. Luck is on your side with the 4 for stability. 31 equals 4. Luck. And you see these beads here. I think it's a kind of bracelet kind of thing, but I'm seeing it like prayer beads. Like whatever you're praying for is yours. Luck is on your side. You've got prosperity and fortune over here. Then grounding. Maintain balance within yourself so as to not get overwhelmed by any emotions you might be feeling, because this is a time where you are evolving as a person. Now, I don't know whether this wealth is money or knowledge, but I'm really leaning onto that knowledge. You're awakening to that great abundance of knowledge within you. The wealth is the knowledge that is already within you, and your divine connection will help you evolve. So stay grounded in that process. Then cleansing. Maintain a cleansed spirit, a cleansed mind, a cleansed body, because purity is very important, so as to not get all this negative energy clinging onto you. And then duality is making two things work, and I think that it is making your mundane and your spiritual life work together. That's what I'm seeing here. And productivity is working hard on that evolution so that the fortune available to you actually does manifest into something. And then energy. You are finding renewed energy now, or you will find renewed energy to actually, well, as you evolve, you are more open and you feel more alive. This reading is very interesting. I'm not even sure how to really put it. And I haven't even got all your cards yet. Okay, so what does all of this mean? What does duality, hope, productivity, luck, grounding, energy, and cleansing mean in the context of this reading? Thank you so much. Very talkative today. And you got Hecate on the bottom of here. On the other deck, you had leadership on the bottom. Let Hecate take control? I don't know. For some of you, that might be very true. She's a great goddess to work with if you are inclined to work with the divines. Movement. Inspiration is drawn to motion, and with an energy card here and productivity, I'm really seeing this as get out of your comfort zone and start doing something that's going to make you more. Maybe it is more money, or it's going to help you study something. Because I think we get stuck in ruts, especially with winter just passed. We're now into spring. But I think we're just stuck in something. And you've got Diana here. Don't even know if you can see that card anymore. I think you can. Diana has been coming out a lot for all of these readings lately. Be one with nature, and this time I think it really does mean nature itself, not your nature. But you can also be one with your nature, because once you know who you are, and when you focus on who you are, things get a lot easier and a lot better for you, even if it might feel like it's not at first. So be one with nature. Get out into nature as much as you can. I know that's easier said than done, especially when you live in a city or something. But even if you're just focusing on the birds chirping outside, or you go to the local pond, like with me, there's not much nature around me. I mean, we're always in nature, concrete jungles included, but there's no peaceful fields. But there is a local pond, and there's swans and ducks and little coots and moorhens there. And I try to at least focus on them every time I go past. And there's some trees blooming with blossom. So focus on nature, and it will really ground you. I apologize that cards are sliding. This is a sofa. And manifestation. What you seek is seeking you. I did say what you pray for is already here with the love card. And then curiosity. What sparks your interest? And I think I'll leave that one open. What sparks your interest? What will help you evolve? And I'm asking you directly because you already know inside what it is that you seek. You come to these kinds of readings because you're looking for clarification. I think that is really what I can say about that. Okay, and an angel therapy card. Now, with angel therapy cards, it doesn't necessarily mean that an angel is talking to you. However, if there is an angel named on the card, I will tell you. And of course, if you wish to take it as an angel guide, you're more than welcome to. I always make that clarification. And we have your profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in the mind's eye as well as with your physical sight. Your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Divine guidance will lead you to an evolution. Okay, so, oh, no, that wasn't it. Okay, slidey cards. Okay. What can this deck of cards add? Spirit, what can you add through this set? Goddess. Is there anything else? Because I was really feeling that, Indigo. And you are a powerful light worker. It is safe for you to be powerful. Your spirit power brings great blessings in loving service to divine. You are a very spiritual group of people. So Indigo and Goddess. I was saying when the Hecate card popped up that maybe you should work with Hecate, let her lead. So if that applies, definitely go for it. So Goddess, express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. Now, divine feminine belongs to everyone. Men and women both have divine feminine. It doesn't mean be a woman. Although, hey, you do you. Divine feminine is the more gentle, nurturing, creative energies within us, within everyone. So express this creative side of you. There's a lot of movement here, right? There is movement, productivity, energy. I think that you really should just let loose and don't be so, how do I put this? Don't be so attached to the grind. That's really how best I can put this. Don't be so attached to the work itself. Enjoy the journey. Rido is the journey. Enjoy the journey. The whale she's enjoying herself as she's swimming. And, she knows that she is safe within those waves and she can come up for air whenever she wants. And Fehu, there's a squirrel on the witch's familiar runic oracle. The squirrel is a very playful creature, as much as they can be fierce. And then you got a butterfly with dagas. Spread your wings, fly. And then indigo. I was talking about indigos earlier on. Indigo, the person you're inquiring about, you are an indigo. That means you're a highly sensitive, natural born leader. The leader card was on the bottom of the pile. Spiritual leadership. That is something key. Focus on your spirit. I think that's the title here, or something like it. Okay, and the last deck of cards, these are technically tarot cards, but I use them as oracles because it's wood on the bottom. These are demon cards. Now, don't run away. I know a lot of people don't like demons, but regardless of if you like them or not, I don't use these as messages from demons. Much like the angel cards, I use them as messages in general because there are words on the bottom. And you got Ammon on the bottom here. It says Two of Pentacles. Reveals the past and the future, reconciles friends and enemies. I think that's great for this reading. I'm actually going to take it and place it there. Okay. Reconciliation with yourself. I think that card really is standing out for me to mean forgive yourself for not doing this sooner, for not working on the evolution sooner, for not being aware of your spirit sooner. Okay, so thank you. What card or cards can really help these people understand a little bit more about their spiritual path? Okay, thank you so much. Very talkative cards. And you got Azazel on the bottom. It says teaches holy secrets, instructs how to make weapons, and the art of seduction. Okay. Holy secrets, divine knowledge, weapons to make yourself able to protect yourself. And then seduction. Well, you could take that literally if you want, but love. Love is a very powerful thing. Okay. So you got Buer, I apologize if I pronounced that name wrong, Buer, teaches philosophy and the uses of herbs, heals all diseases and disorders, and brings good familiars. Heal disease. Your spirit has been a bit bogged down. And I'm really feeling that right now you need to focus on cleansing that spirit. There are a lot of people here on YouTube that can teach you about Reiki. They can teach you about yoga. They can teach you about manifestations, meditations, all of that stuff. I really do advise you to look into that. Or if you're familiar with it already, apply it to yourself. Or find someone who can. Then you got Bathin, teaches the value of herbs and stones, transports anyone suddenly from one place to another. Okay, herbs have been coming out here. I'm not telling you to go and seek alternative medicine, in other words, natural medicine, rather than pharmaceuticals. But for some of you, that might be something that you can apply. Now, of course, I'm not going to get into that here, but if that feels like it's something that resonates with you, go for it. Maybe you need a confirmation that it was okay to see the herbalist. Transports anyone suddenly from one place to another, a new state of mind. Salos, again, I apologize if I pronounced this wrong, causes the love of women and men, women to men and of men to women. Love is a huge, it's what this card means. It is the Two of Cups. And then you've got Beelzebub, makes manifest the apparitions of demons, sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. Whatever. No, I don't use these all the time on YouTube because sometimes it comes up with that, but how can I twist this? It is the Moon card. And of course they're going to, write nasty things about Beelzebub because this is what is the most, he's the easiest demon to badmouth, right? Anyway, that's not relevant to a tarot video. Manifests apparitions, or just manifest. What you're manifesting might seem a little blurry right now. It is the Moon card. It can be illusions. They're really writing this like it's the devil card as well, vices and stuff. But be careful of being tempted by negative thoughts within yourself as you're going through this change. Okay, and then tarot. Can I get 3 or 4 cards, please, to explain what this all means? And I'm sorry, this is kind of messy now. Explain what this all means. Thank you. So what kind of transformation, what kind of hiccups might be here? Okay, so the Chariot's upside down. Okay, in reverse. And what else have we got? The Seven of Wands and the Empress. Okay, I'm going to leave it as those 3. No, actually, no, I'm going to pull a 4th one if I feel like I need to pull a 4th one. There we go, thank you. The Star. Okay, so it might seem at first, okay, this card doesn't want to be anywhere near it, apparently. And you got the 2 of Swords on the bottom. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is the Chariot's in reverse because you felt stuck in a circumstance or situation that hasn't been going anywhere for you anymore. Or it's also telling you to slow down. Don't rush into this. The journey is just as important as the destination. And you got the 7 of Wands here, the Empress, and the Star. Let's go for this guidebook. I just feel the need to look at this guidebook, 7 of Wands. And I open straight to it in the middle. The 7 of Wands is about your purpose, self-belief, and assertion. It can also mean you're fighting yourself and finding it difficult to say no to others. I knew I said not going to be that for a reason. You need to slow down and really understand your purpose. Then, that creative energy, there's a goddess card up here. Then you've got the Empress here with Sue. This is the Marvel Tarot set I got for my birthday. I'm going to use this twice. The Empress is a creative energy. Very powerful, subtle energy as well. It can be quite intense, but not as intense as the Emperor, I've noticed. Creation, the birth of something or someone new. Now that can be taken as a rebirth or a birth of a child. Then you've got the Star here. Things are going to work out better than you could have ever imagined. Okay, so can I get some clarifications, please? What does the Chariot mean? Thank you so much. The Chariot is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess, I'm sorry, it's pretty hard to see this card. The High Priestess can be a lot like the Moon card. There's a lady here with a little, like, impish creature behind her. So, but she doesn't seem bothered at all about this creature behind her, right? Imps are associated with trickery, bothering people. They're drawn to evil, apparently, stuff like that. But the High Priestess, for me, is a very intuition-driven card. Follow your intuition. The fact that you're drawn to this reading tells me that you are seeking change. The fact that you're seeking change means that you know somewhere within you that change needs to happen. And I think you should really follow that intuition of whether you feel like you need to change a job, whether you need to change course. I really do feel like this is the yes card. Do that. Slow down with your making decisions. Follow your intuition. And what does the 7 of Wands mean? Not that one? Okay. This one. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So we were talking about purpose with that card. And in order to really make your purpose make your purpose have purpose, in order for that purpose to manifest as something valuable, to bring you that wealth, because it's what you've been seeking, this central card up in the runes, you're awakening to this potential, you're awakening to your purpose, and you're seeking wealth and evolution. In order to evolve, you must be willing to work with other people to have that happen. Now, they may be like minded people, or they may just be the people around you that you can, I wouldn't say use, but you can benefit from having around. So maybe there is change in the workplace. Maybe you weren't particularly a big fan of your colleagues because you prefer to work alone. Work with them. Or if you're not in that situation, find people, an online community or a physical community, a book club, a Reddit forum, I don't know, whatever applies to you, a YouTuber that you can vibe with and work together, collaborate with others. Is there another message for the Empress? That jumped. Was it you? I'm going to take you. It is the Wheel of Fortune. What was I saying? Fortune favors the brave. That's what I'm getting from this. When you're willing to create, you'll be gaining fortune. What you create, what you put out there, whether that's a study program, whether that's your teaching program, whether that's art, whether that's music, there's a big energy of movement here as well. It's going to work out in your favor. And the star, is there a final message from the star? Yes. Okay, you got two. You got the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Okay. And what's on the bottom of this deck? It is the Eight of Swords. Yeah, you might have been feeling a little stuck. So the star is the energy that is replacing this. This feeling dead. This feeling defeated. This, I don't like this. I feel horrible about this. You're moving away from that now and into your star era. So you're moving away from what's making you feel dead, coming back to life. It is a rebirth. It's a rebirth for you. And you're walking into that star energy. Okay, I'm loving this turnaround for you. And what is the conclusion card? Can we get a conclusion card or several cards, please, for the people drawn to this reading? Scattered energies result in, okay, scattered energies leave suddenly. And now you are in your strength era. Yeah. Hermit. You've went within, you've done the work, or you're going within, you're doing the work. You're going into that ocean, you're being that whale, you're going into the ocean to find the answers. You're going deep within yourself to find the answers. What has been left scattered, what's been left feeling confliction, a feeling of confliction within you, has led to this burnout, has led to this old structure falling away suddenly, and it might be scary feeling to you. But you're now shining bright. You're strong like the serpent. And the Son of Wands is the Knight of Wands. A wonderful turnaround for you. Focus on your spirit. I think that's the main thing I can say about this. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and many blessings to you and yours.